Why is it that the stories of some victims of injustice are so well known, whereas others, despite being incredibly horrific, go totally ignored? I'm on the streets of London asking members of the public how much they know about victims of injustice and why they know more about some than others. Do you know who George Floyd is?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. He's the black guy in America who was treated wrong by the police.
Do you know who that is?
Everyone knows about that one.
He was killed in Pennsylvania by the police.
Sarah Everard.
Yes, that was a young lady who was murdered by the police officer.
She was kidnapped, raped and murdered by an English policeman.
Do you know who Stephen Lawrence is?
Yeah, I know Stephen Lawrence. He was again murdered over racism, like, what, 20 years ago?
Yes, we know about him.
Emmett Till, going back in time.
Yeah, so that was ages ago. That was in America.
Emmett, yeah, I mean, it sounds really familiar. He, that was the really bad one. It was with the Ku Klux Klan.
Jamal Khashoggi.
Was that the guy that the Saudis government basically sort of hacked up to death in one of their embassies?
Khashoggi, yes, he was the news journalist that was murdered by Saudi Arabia.
Victoria Climby.
She was a young Afro-Caribbean girl, I think, who was murdered.
Baby P.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Baby P's case.
Was it one who died from neglect?
Finally, do you know who these names are?
No, I haven't heard.
I don't recognise those names either.
Okay, these images are particularly graphic. You ready?
Go for it.
This is Harriet.
Wow. Wow. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Oh God, no.
What happened to them?
So these babies were found outside of a Washington, D.C. Abortion clinic.
Wow.
They were in 5 separate plastic containers,
That's just
having been killed in late-term abortion procedures.
It's crazy. This year?
Yes.
How have I not heard of
I haven't come across it at all, but that's pretty alarming.
Like, it's an awful story by itself. I don't know if I find it any more horrific with the pictures.
The police are meant to be investigating whether they were killed legally or illegally, but are currently refusing to act and have instead arrested the people who found the bodies and gave them to the police.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did you know about this?
no, I didn't know about that.
I'm glad I didn't hear about it because it's too much. That's too much.
It's thought that Harriet, the first image that I showed you, due to fracture wounds to her skull and her brain, may have been killed post-birth through what is known as a partial birth abortion. This is when the baby is delivered with the head still in, then the abortionist cuts at the back of the neck, inserts a vacuum and sucks out the brain.
Wonderful.
Is this really about abortion rights? Is that really
think it's
what the interview is about? Thanks, I'm done. I'm done with this. Thank you.
Do you think it's strange that these 5 babies were killed and we don't know about it?
Yeah, very strange, but why?
Do you think we should know about victims like this?
Of course. This should be general knowledge.
Yes, I think so. Like, why would something like this not be talked about?
I think some injustices are much more closer to home.
What can we do about it though? What?
Tell people the truth.
Yeah.
Spread the word.